Alright, so, ideally deck. So the same concept is this. Now we have, 2 War Drums are still here. We still have 2 Sibling Memories in this deck. 2 Disarms. Feline is dropped to 1 in favor... was Leia still 3? I couldn't recall that.
No. We dropped to 2 Felines instead of 3.
We drop 1, we drop 1 Feline. We also drop a bunch of cards in favor to drop in now Iris.
Yes, Iris is one of the... a lot of players feel like she's kind of undercosted for what she does.
She's
very strong.
She's a staple. She's literally the biggest staple in any green deck.
Yes.
So basically, she does the exact same thing as Leia and the Feline, except she's a 5 cost. She's 1/6, but she gives the MP boost of 50%. So you definitely always want to run 3 of these cards.
Oh yeah. She's such a great lead for Nergigante. I always go for her.
You always want to drop this card first, or...
I always do it first, yeah.
Always go for it first. If it's in your hand. So, I mean, it's great that we have mulligans now, so if it's not in your hand, you can mull and then try to get a different hand, and hopefully you do draw an Iris. Or at least, always aiming to at least draw Feline, Leia, or Iris in your hand as a starting point. Because you just want that mana roll to roll for you guys. Alright, now, the first legendary. Heavenly Kicks Chun-Li. I always did enjoy this artwork.
Yeah, and we're actually in the the Chun season. So once you get to champion, you will get her icon. It's gonna be great.
Oh yeah, I got it. Nice.
Yeah.
It's my first time hitting champ. I'm still a little high on the train on that.
Oh, is it really your first season getting champion?
Yeah, I hit it. I hit champ on Sunday. Using Nerg. So I was like, I have a video I need to work to make that. But I was just like, I made it.
Most definitely. Well, congratulations, dude. It's definitely something to get to champion, especially this season. This one is probably the hardest of what we've seen so far, but it did help a lot of players get into like the game, because the Devil's Awaken set allows you to play the game, and it's easier to get into. You know, it made the skill curve a lot easier.
I mean,
but
look,
definitely the meta's a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, and look, the new cards and their the new gimmick did take a little bit of learning. It's not something to like easily pick up straight away, because I mean, I still wasn't sure what was the exact way to play a card. But then when someone explained and I did, I was like, oh, okay, I got it now. I got it. I mean, it's not that hard, but it will just like, you just gotta play your cards right, which one you need to. Alright, so give us the sit rep on Heavenly Kicks Chun-Li. Season of Chun.
Yeah, she's always been a, just alongside Iris, because back in season 1, Iris and Chun-Li were the cards that everybody was just always talking about, like, these cards are undercosted. And, now that they've, had a couple new expansions, they don't actually get a lot as much more talk, because now the power level of cards have gone up, with them. Heavenly Kicks Chun is just a card. She's a 5-costed unit that becomes a 2/6 body, and she has agility and combo. So agility means that the attack line gets cut in half, so she attacks faster. 5 seconds instead of 10. Combo means that she has, when she attacks, she has 2 instances of damage steps. So she will damage twice.
So yeah, she's initially always going to do 4 damage. So, these days now, it's not exactly a breaker if you see a Chun-Li drop the field. I don't think it generally scares people anymore. It's more like, okay, you've dropped 2/6. I need to drop to just break 6. But if the opponent's not expecting you to play bonus stuff to help Chun-Li out or give her shields, then yeah, they will be a little unprepared. But I mean, when I see Chun-Li's, I'm just like, yep, okay, I just have to just do this. I'm not exactly phased half the time when I see it.
Right. That is very accurate on how she's kind of seen right now in the meta.
It's still a great card for a 5-drop, but I think I react more seeing Diablos more now. It's just, oh god, Diablos.
Yeah, Diablos is much more difficult because he has such a big butt.
He's such a thick boy. It's like, oh god. But that's for another deck when we get to it. Alright, so
Right.
Heartless Experiment still here. We got Psychopaths, 3 birds, still William Birkins. It's 2 now. Yeah, still 2. Now here's a different newest edition. It is Forbidden Fruit. God, I love this card.
I like it a lot too. So with Forbidden Fruit, it's a card that costs 3 mana, and then when you play it on a unit, your unit will get +3 attack, and then for 3 instances, instead of your unit taking damage, you will actually take that damage towards your hero, your health. So for
Yeah.
example, if your opponent does any type of damage to your unit while Forbidden Fruit is on it, it will transfer that damage to your health instead of your unit, but it only takes effect into 3 times. So you'll have 3 instances where it happens, and then that ability's gone.
So basically, Forbidden Fruit is like, I think it's going to be a bread and butter card. It's going to be something almost anyone will want to keep running. But it's definitely a card you want to use in the early parts of the match. You do not want to run this card late in the game, especially if you're low on HP. Because then it's kind of just disadvantage to you, because you will die. Because they know for a fact the card, you will take the damage and not the unit. So I think the fun fact is dropping this on Crow, just because it's a flying unit. With flying units, they go over the card in front of them, and the bottom card has to hit them to take the damage. So if you drop a Forbidden Fruit on Crow, it can at least dish out, an extra 3, so
Maybe
5? Yeah. 5 damage for free, which is nice, and you've got 3 instances of keeping it alive. I was going to say something, and I completely missed this now.
that's okay, but yeah, it would definitely scale up to like about almost 15 damage with Crow if you use Forbidden Fruit on him and it's unanswered.
Yes.
So I do like that.
That's a great and drop Birkin on top, so that's 6 damage. Like, if you got the plays right, it's a mint card to me. I love it. I've worked in a couple games, and then I've had games where I did it wrong and it backfired badly. And I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, I've had those games too, but I still love the card because it's just how strong it can be in more situations than not.
And I think I've realized if you're versing a Ryu, and they tend to drop the units because Ryu's cards are all just place and deal damage. I drop the Forbidden Fruit on the card, and I just like, okay, I'm gonna keep taking the damage, but it's gonna take away the spread damage if I have, instead of just losing the card, I'll just take the damage, which will then add towards Spike Launch.
Oh, it will not. No.
No, sorry, it won't. Sorry, it won't. But it will keep the unit alive for potential other plays. But it also makes the Ryu have to waste these units. Sure, you're losing HP, but you can always bring it back with sibling members or something. But
yeah,
it's a little bit of back and
forth.
forth.
You're actually whittling down the Ryu's momentum because they bet on their units dealing damage and killing your units. So when you have Forbidden Fruit and you're denying them that's a very big lead for the black-green Nergigante player.
Now, I have one question. I've noticed one card is not in this deck, and I was curious. Now, why no what is it called? Malphus.
Ultimate Price? Oh, Malphus. Oh, okay, Malphus. Well, I think it's because I can definitely say why there's not Malphus. So Malphus is a 5-mana unit, and when you're at 15 or less life, it enters in as a 4/9 instead of a, I don't know. I think it's like usually a 2/5.
He's a 2/6. If your hero has 15 life or less, he gains 2+3.
Yeah, so it'll become a 4/9, and then it's just a very strong unit because for 5 mana, a 4/9 is godlike stats.
Yes, it is amazing to drop. And if your HP is less than 10, you gain +2 HP. When he attacks. Yeah.
So actually, the reason why Black-Green Nergigante kind of how it functions and why it would not run Malphas is because Black-Green Nergigante, their spike point, because every deck will have different parts in the game where they spike. And what I mean by spike is kind of like their moment to shine, right?
Yes.
It's either a early game deck, a mid game deck, or a late game deck. Black-Green Nergigante, while he can hold himself and carry himself very well, his time to spike is early game. And the reason being is because with the MP boost units, you can play the MP boost unit first, cut yourself, and you're accelerating these, self-pain to board wipe your opponent to undo all the work that they did, and then you will have board, and then you just kind of like ran them over. So you're not trying to build up to mid game, whereas Malthus is a mid game card. You're trying to win the early game with Black Green Nergigante.
Yeah. All right. Excellent. And I guess why did we take out the one card that was to destroy a unit?
Right. So the reason why we took that one out is because, now that we have the Iris, I felt like the deck already does well enough to be fast and then win that early game consistently. So having the 1x hard removal is not necessary.
Okay, fair enough. No, that's cool. I mean, that did gripe me for a second. I was like, oh yeah, we don't have the destruction anymore. All right, that's cool. So this is basically, in a nutshell, like Spike Launch, Nergigante, Green Black is a fast deck. You want to be consistently on the ball with this deck. You want to be able to keep reading your opponent, but whilst maintaining a strong board control, and then win that early game, and then control the field.
Correct.
All right. I definitely have to practice this now. I have to practice this deck.
Yeah, does it sound like a lot of your style kind of thing?
I do love control. So Fours Morgan is one of my favorites because I just love control. When I get that early control of like 2 Belfast or on the field to just take away anything they dropped, it's like, all right, cool. Now I've got ball control. I can start setting up for other plays when they do something. The nerf to 4 Eyes doesn't bug me as much. I mean, it's just 1 HP less. I don't think it was that terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad, no.
Nah, so I mean, like, I was like, for 3 HP, I'm like, alright, I just wait for the plays and then drop it. I do love the new additions with the new 4 cards, so I still have to get that going, and the mono black version Nergigante that I'm using is mid. I would definitely say it's a mid game deck control for me. Like the early games, I'm sort of just like, I'm sacking life. I'm just, if I can get some form of quick board control, I do it. But then I'm definitely waiting for the mid to late to just drop Malthus and Tigrex. Because my HP is that low, or it's like literally a minute will have gone into the game and I've already lost like 20 HP. I'm like, oh, okay, I can drop this, drop this, drop this. I was like, all right, I got like a strong field now.
That mono black Nergigante deck is actually really strong. I've lost to it countless of times in ranked, so definitely a real contender.
Yeah, so I'm torn because I really love this mono black, but then again, like, the other guys are talking about the green black. I'm like, I think I should at least know what the other variation is and play it and make sure I can see if I can climb with it as well. But yeah.
Most definitely.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. This is part 1. I'd love to do more of these. We'll go through like all these budget 101s. We still got a good another month of this season before we potentially could get a new the new champion coming in.
Yeah, so we'll have this season and then next season as well. So yeah, definitely one more month. So yeah, this meta and these budget decks, they'll last for the month of November and December. It's gonna be great.
It'll be good, so you guys can get an idea, and then you can try to go for these high cross cards. So I like the fact that there's only, I mean, Iris is an epic. When it comes to crafting the epic cards, they only cost 800 souls. It's not that bad, but when it comes to legendaries, it's a picky choice. It's a picky choice situation. If you do go for your season passes, you do have the benefit of a 1600 cost for an epic, a legendary. But otherwise, 3200. It's not the greatest thing. I prefer to pull them. I got lucky when I was pulling the pack. When I went for the black deck, I actually pulled all the legendaries I needed. I only had to craft one, and I crafted Forbidden Fruit. So I finally crafted my legendary, but I had pulled all the black cards, and I was like, oh sweet, I can actually go for this deck. And I was talking to A Scott about it, and then he said, your Ryzen is essential for that. And I was like, okay. The other Nergigante's one, not Nergigante, Valha's, like, I thought to myself, nah, it definitely doesn't work. Urizen was definitely a better option. But sometimes I find Urizen is a bit of a kickback, or sort of a slap. It's it works and then it doesn't work. Especially if I drop Forbidden Fruit on him and I've already lost half my HP, I'm just like, this is pretty risky now.
Yes, very.
So, anyway, thanks again, Iowa. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you had fun with this, going through this deck.
Yeah, I did. It was a lot of fun going through this deck, and definitely more to come.
More to come. These decks have all been sort of crafted by Iowa, so I'm sort of... I'll learn myself. But this is the budget deck, guys. Please enjoy, like, and let us know in comments. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Take care. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.